Today, you are welcome once again to the Repositioning Podcast. And in this episode, we are talking about how to be proactive at work. Now, this is for my working class people, everybody that has to work with somebody, or you have to work with a group of people. I'm not just talking about the office now because work is becoming different these days. We have remote working, hybrid working, and even in the business, you have to work with a group of people. So I am talking to the working class population in this video. First of all, what is being proactive? Proactiveness means that you are able to anticipate a problem ahead and then work towards a solution. You are considering the future in advance and you are making sure that those things or whatever problems that might arise in the future do not exist. That's being proactive. You are anticipating those problems and working towards a solution. That's basically what being proactive means. And I just want to say a quote by Barack Obama, just paraphrase what he said. He said that the best way to not feel hopeless is by getting up and doing something. If you're waiting for good things to come, good things will not come. You just have to get up, make good things happen, fill the world with hope, and by doing that, you fill yourself with hope. So if you think about it, it revolves or it can be applicable to our lives as an individual and even in the workplace. Don't wait for things to come to you. Don't wait for things to be told what to do basically before you work towards it. Now, how do you become proactive at work? Number one will be don't wait for feedbacks. I mean, I know that company policies these days is that maybe on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, quarterly, or even every month, there's always this feedback session, performance appraisals, and how an employee is doing in an organization. But as a proactive person, you should actively seek feedback. It shows your desire to learn and your desire to become a better person or better employee at work. So don't just wait for feedbacks, actively seek it. You do a task, you fulfill a responsibility, you ask your direct manager or your line manager, whoever it is, how did I do? What's the feedback? What do you have to say about the quality of my work and all of that? So actively seek feedback. Number two will be asking questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. No matter how foolish, quote unquote, what you consider foolish, no matter how foolish that question might look, ask questions. I also want to advise that it is important for you to show interest in the company by first doing research before asking questions. Now, if with your research you couldn't find answers, then you ask questions. So don't ask questions that you could easily get at the tip of your fingers if you had just go on Google and type something and say, what is this? What does this mean? Something as simple. Maybe your boss has been talking for a while, giving this company speech to the employees, and he says something about like a decimal, and you don't know what the word means. And then you raise up your hand and say, sir, what do you mean by like a decimal? No, that's not, it doesn't show common sense. You find a dictionary or Google, your phone is there. Type there, what does it mean? So for simple questions, at least Googleable questions, check on Google. But apart from that, questions that need direction, especially when you're given a task to do something you need, an input from your boss or direct line manager, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Number two, always provide timely updates. People want to be updated about the progress of work, both from your boss. Your boss will want an update, your team members want an update. If you have to work with clients, they also want updates. For instance, you're working on a project for a particular client and you are in charge of that project. What do? Do you wait till you finish till the end before you give an update of how the work is going, or do you give a progress report? Like when you finish a milestone, You tell them, this is where I'm at this moment, this is what we are doing. People like to be communicated to, and it gives them a sense of involving, like you're involving them, a sense of belonging, that you're involving them in that project. So always provide timely updates. And then number three will be the fact that you should always prepare beforehand, especially for projects that take a lot of time. Do not leave things till last minute. Don't leave things till last minute. Always prepare. Make sure that you're not the 11th hour kind of person. And finally, be actively involved in the company. Give suggestions, give input, give recommendations. People want to hear you speak. People want to know what's going on in your mind. Be actively involved in the organization. I mean, don't play the introvert card of I don't know what to say. It doesn't serve you well if you have to work with people. I mean, the more people get to know what's going on in your mind, the more you gather around you quality people who have the same mindset as you are, and you can improve yourself as a person. So I mentioned some things. Let's do a recap. First, I said that for every person, for you to be proactive, don't wait for feedbacks, actively seek it. And number two, I talked about asking questions. Make sure that you are the person that asks questions. And then number three, I talked about providing timely updates. People love to be communicated to. Whoever it is, clients, boss, team members, communicate with them. Number four, I talked about preparing beforehand. Don't leave things till the last minute. Prepare beforehand. And finally, be the contributive person. Make sure you're contributing, you're recommending, you're giving your own solutions to problems. People want to know what is going on in your mind. Your employees, your team members, your colleagues, your boss, everybody wants to know what's going on in your mind. And by so doing, you attract quality people to yourself. So that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, click the notification bell so that you get a notification when a video drops. Thank you for watching. Bye.